It's a beautiful day, spring right around the corner. It's getting their opening day for baseball, so everything is really good today, folks. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, mostly dedicated to people like you, the military, and everybody, all those great veterans, men and women who fought for our country. It is Tuesday, March 18th. A day after St. Patrick's Day and a day before St. Joseph's Day. So we got a lot to talk about today. Let's go to work. Twisted Time. Yep, it's that time of day. It's time. Yeah, it's that afternoon. It's Twisted Tuesday. Carol is in the house. Carol, how are you doing, my friend?
Oh my God, much better than last week. I totally pulled a Houdini on you last week. I'm sorry. It was,
well, you know
was definitely work related.
Pulling a rabbit out of my head. Hey, that's okay. You know,
oh
that's
my
okay,
God.
Man. You gotta.
I was like running to come back to the show. I was like, okay, I gotta go. And I was coming in. I looked at it was like 12:57. I was like, are you kidding me right now? I felt terrible. So I apologize.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it. You know what? Things happen, especially when you're going through work and everything. You're going through that stuff too. It's very hard. So whatever you're doing, man, don't worry about it. It is all good. You're here today, and it's a brand new day. So we're having a good time. Let's get right to Ace Hardware. Yeah, they're good. They're ready. Small engine repair service offered at all your Chicagoland JRC Ace Hardware locations. No appointment necessary. Just bring your small engine in. Speak to one of your knowledgeable sales associates. Wait, you can't get your unit to us? We'll gladly pick it up and deliver it back to you. That's right. That's what they do, our good friends from JRC Ace. Get ready to grill your ace off with all the JRC Ace Hardware stores, Weber, Tanger, Blackstone, Napoleon. All their grills are on display in the store. Also pick up some rubs, some spices, sauces, to be sure to look at your new Weber Spirit Grill design now. Three burner, new low price, $4.99 the entire month of March, and that is only at the JRC Ace Hardware stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our friends from Ace. Carol, St. Patrick's Day. Did you do anything for St. Patrick's Day?
Yesterday, St. Patrick's Day. No, I didn't do anything.
Well, the weekend.
Yes, I actually. This weekend, Carol turned into her alternate personality. She came out a little bit because I had to shut it down.
Is that alternate? Did she have a name, that other person?
Yeah, well, it's AK. AK is the alternate, and that's just for alternate Carol with a K. That's how. But okay. I've had that for a while, and I had to shut it down. I had to shut reality down for a couple of days. And I'm like, you know what? I need to just get out there and just chill. We did. So Saturday night, we went to go see Poison Crew. So we were rocking out to Poison and Motley Crue and all that stuff.
One of my very, 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 very close friends is the bass player, Paul DeMarco. He's a very good friend of mine.
Is he the one with the white hair? The older guy with white hair? White, like blonde, big hair?
He's got black hair.
Oh, black. For Poison Crew?
Black hair. And the Poison the Crew, that's what they're called. Unless he dyed his hair white.
He looked like, you know who he looked like? If it's the one I thought he was one of the best players I've seen in a very long time.
He's the bass player, and the guitar player, KJ, is another good friend of mine. They were both in my band at one time.
Oh my God, the blonder guy.
And Brian Clark is the guitar player. He's phenomenal. And Paul DeMarco plays the bass.
Okay.
they're still in the 80s type music,
Dude,
but they do a great job.
good.
They do a
They were
great job.
so good.
Yeah.
We had a really good time. So we rocked out on Saturday and Sunday. I actually came out to that area or Melrose Park and went to a nice little. It's a new little. I was going to say it's a new little sidebar. It's called Sidebar. It's a little bar on the side of this pizza place, a pizza slice or something, and then it's called Sidebar. They had a really cool. It's cute, real clean, nice, new, very nice owner. Tony O DJ'd. I danced for like 4 hours. I'd never stopped. I didn't.
Was it crowded? Was it crowded?
Yeah, I had a nice crowd. It's not a huge place, so it was just the right amount of people. The music was great. And like I said, I danced my ass off, and I had gym shoes on, which I never dance with gym shoes. I'm gonna start bringing gym shoes when I go out to dance. I don't care. I dance for 4 hours.
You'll feel a hell of a lot easier. Right. It's like when people go to weddings. You ever notice they take their and they put their whatchamacallit, because you feel more comfortable.
Good time.
Absolutely. Well, yesterday for me, I mean, I've had a neck pain that was killing me for like 2 days. Horrible. It's still killing me. Horrible. But yesterday, man, I can barely move. It was bad. But last night we did our great rehearsal with Mojo's Jukebox because, we're getting ready for the cruise leaving on Friday. So we had to do that, get ready for that. So it was very, very cool on that end. The only gig we got this week, folks, is this Thursday at Positano's in Oak Brook. It's going to be me, Earl Armenstad for the first time, the professor, playing there, and Regina Karma. If you never heard Regina sing, she's unbelievable, and she'll be joining us this Thursday, 7:00, our last show before we leave for the cruise. And so Tony Toto left last night at 12:00, driving down to Florida with Julie.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Jam left this morning. He flew. He's already in Florida, having a cocktail, ready for bingo.
Nice.
Ready for bingo at 3:00. So he's having a good time over there.
Have a pina colada for me. I like food drinks when I'm by the ocean. Here, it does nothing for me. Nothing. But if I'm by the ocean, I like the fruity drinks like that. Are you packed? I'm just curious. Are you a pre-packer?
No, I'll pack Wednesday. I'll pack Wednesday because I'm off Wednesday. So I'll pack Wednesday. I mean, I made a list of everything. Usually when you guys go on a trip, you usually make a list to make sure you have everything, phone chargers and all that.
Yeah.
Crap you need. But we're excited about that. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It's Tuesday, the 18th of March. Now, tomorrow we have a big announcement to make. Now, tomorrow my guest will be Jeff Sanderson, and he's running for a political office in Schaumburg, so he's going to be our guest tomorrow. But besides that, Carl Doty, a mutual friend of ours, came up with 3 extra tickets for Engelbert Humperdinck, which is going to be happening on April 8th at the Des Plaines Theater. Yeah. And what we're going to do is they are $300. They're 3 tickets. Each of them are worth $100. So they're $100 value on these tickets. What we're going to end up doing, he came up with a great idea. We're going to raffle them off. Anybody who puts in $25, we're going to put anybody that puts $25 in has a chance to win these tickets. And that could be, of course, it'll be 3 individuals because it's 3 tickets. And then there's going to be maybe 30, 40 names, and then we'll pull out 3 winners, and then you will be able to go, and all the money is going to go to St. Jude's.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. We're going to do that tomorrow. So if you're a chance for you guys to see the great Engelbert Humperdinck and yours truly. So it's going to be a lot of fun on Tuesday, April 8th at the theater. So it's kind of cool. That's going on for tomorrow. Okay, let's see here. Well, let's pray. North Carolina had another plane crash. No survivors. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on over here. And it was funny because I just mentioned something that's interesting. United Airlines is the only airlines that lets their employees drink on the job.
What? I don't even know what you mean. What employees?
A stewardess can drink. The people can drink. United Airlines are the only airlines that lets your stewardess drink and people can drink. I don't know if the pilot can drink, but it says employees can drink.
Oh my God. I mean, that's insane. I don't even
Yes.
know. I've never heard that. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And I just pulled it up. It came over on one of the last things that I saved. And I think I've got it over here. Let me see if I got the right. There you go. This is from boardingarea.com. People are just discovering United Airlines flight attendants are sometimes allowed to drink on duty. They're the only major U.S. carrier with this quirk.
United Airlines. It's a quirk? That is just like...
Yeah.
Well, look, bartenders are allowed. Bartenders are allowed to drink sometimes, like when they're bartending.
Well, I'm glad it's not the pilot that's allowed to drink.
Not the
even
pilot.
though they're probably drinking anyway. You know, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, horrible. What else? Again, 2,250 houses and businesses lost in the Oklahoma fires this past couple of days. I mean, 250 homes and businesses destroyed with these fires and everything that's going on. You know, you know,
it's God.
Yeah.
It's God. Like, so he's trying to say something. He's pissed.
He's pissed.
Like,
I agree. He's completely pissed.
Mm-hmm.
He's completely pissed. You're absolutely right, Carol. Hey, all you single people out there, any single people out there, remember the day that they had singles night at bars and they would come up with something with a special menu and drinks packages. Me and Laura tried to do this long because we were trying to come up with a dating service that we were putting together. We have a lot of friends who are not with people. But this is going to be in Mount Prospect tonight at Draft Picks. That's right, called Breaking the Ice event, where singles go with the age of 30, 40, and 50-year-olds.
All right.
Between 6:30 and 9. So if you're in I think draft, it's in Mount Prospect. Okay. So anybody in that area, single, trying to meet new people. You know, I know when people try to meet people and they do it online. We talked about this many times. You never know what you're going to get. At least when you meet them in person, it's a real person, right?
Right. Can you have a conversation? Do you speak, fairly well? But you know what? I think they really should do. They should have like a sign. I know, they do like, I've heard of speed dating. I'm not saying this is what it is, but like, honestly, let's just cut to the chase. Why waste time? Like have a sign like, yep, nope, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like if you start talking to me and I'm already like, I know I'm not interested. Yeah. I mean, like just get it.
They should have their signs, but you kind of notice, look, let's be honest.
Yes.
Most of the time, you don't even have to hear them speak. You're going to know just a lot of people look by looks, obviously. That's the first attraction. The first attraction is the looks. And if they talk and have a good conversation, that's even better. And if they make you laugh or something in that conversation, that's even better. So I think it's better that way. Just like I said, Dennis, usually you're right. Single nights are usually loaded with guys. There's only guys. Not too many women go to that. You're right, Dennis.
I get that.
Right? Yeah, Joey Spins is in the house. Kathy, if a pilot drank, they would be flying under the influence. Yeah, pilots they're not allowed to drink on United Airlines, but the staff are. But I wouldn't be surprised, one little shot. I don't know anymore. I can't, nothing surprises me anymore. Pina, how you doing, Pina? I hope you have a nice birthday. There's Buddy. There's Dennis, Emo. There's Frankie Setta, great singer in Chicago. Emo, David, how you doing? Jeff Hunt. You're doing, my good friend. Jeff's getting ready for the cruise as well. So we were talking about the dating services and people doing it. And I think I told you the story. My guy had set up a store on one of those dating services, and there was a picture. And looked at it.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got to the bar, and this girl was sitting at the bar, and he goes, oh, boy, he just left. He didn't even – because it wasn't her. It was a picture from her in high school.
Carol, I think you can find an
picture of her in high school.
Oh, well, listen, I have my senior picture. It looks a little airbrushed too. I don't know, this little ring light sometimes, not sometimes, it definitely helps. This ring light I got, it kind of smooths out the lines a little bit, but I'm turning into my mother as we speak. So the other day I was like, you got these lines here and this light gets rid of them, which I love, but I'll like do this and I'll pull this back. My mom used to do this. She's like, look how much younger I look. And I said, and I used to make fun of her. And now I do it to my kids. I go, guys, look how much, look at just that. Look how much younger I look. Just that. I get it now. You got to wait till you're, older.
Well,
understand.
I got all that, but you know what? It makes sense. I just don't understand why people would put a picture of someone 20 years younger than they are, and then right? I mean, you're going to find out when you get there. It's like, well,
exactly. Not if you're going to meet them in person. I wouldn't do that because you're letting them down, and then you're going to get rejected, unless you have some amazing personality. You could take an average looking person, and what's average? Who's to say somebody's average? It's so everybody's opinion is so different. So, but you could take a decent looking person, whatever, normal looking, and then they have a great personality that at least fits yours, and they make you laugh. That's going to make all the difference in the world. You don't have to be like the best looking person with the best body. You just don't. I try to tell Gianni that all the time. He's like, how are these guys that are like 5'1" and look like this? He's like, they're getting chicks. He's like, and I'm sitting here like an idiot. I'm like, well, check yourself. Check yourself. I don't know what you're doing.
It's gotta be very hard out there. It's a little crazy. Everybody's sorry, David. Yeah, I'm sorry, Iran. There you go. It happens on date apps all the time. I use Plexiderm. Okay, Ron Starr, another administrator in the Chicagoland area. How you doing, Ron? Boyd, everybody's beautiful in their own way. That's a great song too. Thank you, Boyd. I like that. Good. Oh yeah, that's right. President Trump will post to release the JFK assassination records. Release, I guess, another 500 pages. Supposed to be released today. I hope we find out something new. I think it's important. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's get to some other stories here, folks. Don Bongino. Dan Bongino, I used to watch his podcast, folks, and now yesterday he signed off for his last podcast show, and now he's, of course, going to be the new deputy, the deputy director of the new FBI. And you know what? It's interesting. He was making $5 million on that podcast a year.
Yeah, he's good.
So he's giving up $5 million to help and fight for our country. He used to be Hillary's, and he used to work for Hillary, and he said she was a brutal woman.
Wasn't he Secret Service?
Yeah, Secret Service for Hillary. Yeah. He also worked for Obama and said horrible human beings. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's a good move, and I wish him a lot. And look, and if it doesn't, after this 3-4 years, whatever is up, he can go right back and do that. Yeah. Dennis, he cried. Yeah, he did. He cried on the air because he was like,
it's sad.
That's sad. National Artichoke Day. Do you like artichokes?
Oh, I love stuffed artichokes so much. One of my favorites.
Stuffed artichokes is good. Yeah, if you got it right, that works. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, NASA. I guess you heard about this. Those 9 astronauts were stuck in space for They weren't 9 astronauts. They were stuck in space for 9 months, right?
Yep.
8 months?
3, I think, for 8 months. Oh, my God. Kill me.
Yeah, that's got to be crazy. NASA, the Boeing Starline finally reveals $30 million reason why they were stranded. I guess because of a default capsule that couldn't get them to move or whatever it was. So they got stuck. But now they're coming back, and I guess one of them said, I guess they are back, if I'm correct. But they're saying one of the two of the people said they're having trouble learning to walk again because, you're up and you're not using your feet. You're up in that thing. You're floating around and all that stuff. So it would be great for a movie. Yeah, that's right, David. I think that'd be a great movie, and I'm sure they'll make a television movie on that, I think for sure. But should be interesting. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, 8 months stuck in something like that. I can't imagine the mental health aspect right now. Honestly, with you find you're the same 3 people, but you're in. Oh my God, it's just I don't know mentally where they have to be at this point. It's got to be
where they have to be at this point. I agree with you 100%. I remember a few years ago, McDonald's got that big lawsuit when the server he went to the drive-through and some guy dropped a hot boiling cup of coffee, and he won a big giant lawsuit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Starbucks. It just happened to Starbucks employee Fox. $50 million this guy got. And you show the video. You show the video of the lady handing the tray to the guy.
Okay.
The guy got it in his hand and it fell. But the problem was that the cap wasn't on secure enough. And that's when all the hot, whatever it was tea or coffee.
Okay.
But he just $50 million he sued Starbucks for, according to Fox News.
For burning his pants? For burning his leg?
Probably a lot more than just his pants.
Well,
if that's still hot, that's going to be hot.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't even know what to say about that. Maybe he deserved it. Maybe it was karma. Who knows? Maybe
$50 million. Now I can see if you were a guy and you lost your private forever.
And you were a porn star.
For a little bit.
You don't even use it for work. You don't need $50 million. Lay off, dude. Okay. Get 20 grand and be happy with it. Why are you so greedy? You know, if he used it for work, it's a different story. Right?
Well, $50 million. You know what? Good lawyer, a good lawyer. Yeah. And when you got a big company like that, they will go for the juggler. There you go, Ron Star. Tonight they splashed down at 6:00. So, okay, but they said that was one of the worries I have about them walking. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Ron, on that. All right, so they'll be splashing down tonight. Should be interesting here. Okay, you're watching Ocean's Pit. President Donald Trump says, Carol, that death penalty to anybody who kills a police officer. What's your thought on that?
I think they should have to go through the same, the trial. Look, it could be an accident too. I think they have to go through the same type of trial. But if you just listen, everybody should be treated the same way. A police officer getting killed is terrible. And there's gun exchange and everything. I think what worries me is people might start saying, oh, what, a police officer's life is more important than other people's lives that have been taken by police officers. I think that's gonna cause friction somewhere. But yeah, I mean, we do have to hold them. We hold them to a higher standard for other things, for how they do their jobs.
I'm talking a gang. A guy comes out of the car and he knows he's got drugs on him or something, and a cop pulls up to give him a ticket or something. He goes out and just starts shooting the cop.
Then absolutely. Then yes, I agree with that. Then
I agree. It's got to be the circumstance. It's got to be the circumstance. I agree on that. Do you believe in the death penalty in general?
I do.
I do too.
I know that it's easier said that it's not just, look, this is somebody's life. I don't take that lightly. I think people don't value life anymore. I think kids don't value life anymore just because of, how things are these days. But if it's somebody who has hurt children, 1,000%, I just keep reading these things over and over again of people doing the same crime 2, 3, 4, 8 times. Yeah, you know what? You're not getting better. You're not going to change. Either life in prison, send them on the front lines, put them in boot camp. Like I said, you want to beat up on people, you want to fight, go fight for your country. But the death penalty for certain people that we know they can't be rehabilitated. Child molesters, anybody that kills a child.
That was the one right on the list right there. Child molesters, bad. That's it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even have to go to trial. You should just go boom. You should be able to put them out right then and there. It's crazy as it sounds, but I understand everybody proven to guilty, whatever you got to go to court and everything. That Boyd just said, what if he killed a cop on insurrection?
How can you prove what they did during the insurrection, though? How do you know what they did? And also, you know what I'd like to know? I'd like to know everybody's background. If we're going to go there, let's find out all the people at the insurrection. Go ahead, find out their names. Let's look at their background and who they really are. Why were they there? And let's find out their background. Okay, so if we're just talking about an eye for an eye here, I mean, I kind of get the eye for an eye, idea.
I get it. But he's got a point too. Let's look at their background. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Good point there, Boyd. I agree with you on that one. Okay, so look, we can go with all these certain topics here, folks, today. And right now, you can go and you got to be careful what you say sometimes. And everything is so anal right now with certain things. So it's nuts out there. It really is crazy out there. Okay, let's see. This is a nightclub. You heard about the nightclub, The Pulse, ABC? Boy, 60 people were killed in a fire at a nightclub. Now, this happened in Chicago once, I remember, too, if you remember, during a fire.
Was it the same place, The Pulse? I remember this place being in the news, The Pulse nightclub.
That's
remember
true.
Something.
Yeah, this one just came up here again recently. And it said 155 people were injured, 60 people were killed. Wow. It's not even in Chicago, actually. It's in a different country. But I mean, the point I'm trying to say is you never know with these places if something goes wrong with electrical, or if something happens where there's gangs involved, and that happens all the time in some of these places. But I imagine that killed. I mean, just dead. That's it. Just going out dancing at some club. And if it's the fault of the club, of course, then they're, or the promoter, whatever the hell it is like that, right? That's got to be crazy. How do you tell the parents? How do you tell some loved one that your child or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband, wife, whoever's been in there, your kids have died? It's got to be horrible. They should have water sprinklers in the club. Noreen, how you doing?
They should. I mean, that's part of the whole health department. They have to get inspections. All buildings like that I would think have to get inspections, right? Yeah, one that people died. Remember the balcony collapse? Remember that? Yeah, it was somewhere. I think it was a bar or nightclub, and the balcony collapsed and people died because it wasn't up to it was not up to par.
Yeah, it was probably old building and old balcony. They didn't they didn't do the checkup, or they're paying off these guys coming in to do the check.
Yeah.
Here's an envelope, whatever. I know the guy, blah blah blah. I mean, you hear those stories all the time. Boyd, wait, I'm sorry. What he said, death penalty. Debbie says, I don't believe in life imprisonment. I don't want to pay for them. Yeah, because you are paying for their time in jail. If someone goes to life imprisonment, that money's coming out of our taxes.
Yeah, and they get dental work. Listen, my friend worked at Cook County for 10 years with the inmates. They got their dental work. They would file grievances, complaints about the jail. They get better treatment than our, like you said, our veterans do. Yeah, that's the truth.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's
fact. Yeah. Jeff Hunt said depends on the codes were at the time. Well, that's another thing too. Certain codes that they're allowed to follow, some ones that they're not, and they change all the time. So Jeff, that's a good point. And Jeff being a former fireman, he probably knows all that code stuff.
Right.
It makes a hell of a lot of sense. For the Moody Blues fans out there, Ron Clark, the bass player for the Moody Blues, the original Moody Blues bass player, has passed away. So our prayers go out to the Clark family and, of course, the great Moody Blues, one of the great bands. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Let's talk about real estate real fast. It's time for selling, buying your home, selling your home, all that good stuff. And of course, today, when you push a button, there it is. Everything takes so long these days. It doesn't pop up. It used to be, I don't know, maybe it's just this home. All right, there you go. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. That's our good friend, Mary Grievous, your forever agent. mgrievous@starkre.com. Berkshire Hathaway Services, folks. She's also available to assist buyers, sellers for sale by owners and expired listings. That's right, Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. Give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and tell her Tony O sent you, folks. And by now you also know that she is the travel agent for the Chicago Music Cruise. And she also is a travel agent. They're called NTD Vacations. And not only for the cruise, but if you want to going on vacation, looking for a travel agent, she's good at too. This leaves on Friday, folks, the 22nd through the 30th, Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas, 8 days. You know the story. Anyway, it is sold out. The package for the people with the cruise for this particular party package, it is sold out. So you couldn't get on the ship anyway. And we will be announcing another ship coming, another cruise happening in January of 2026. So we will be telling you more about that as we get some more information. Okay, let's see here. Another person. Let's get him. Sorry, another one. Jesse Colin Young. Remember from the Youngbloods? Come on, people now. Brown on your brother. Get together. He passed away. He's dead at 83 years old. I'm sorry. Jesse Colin Young from the Youngbloods. Our prayers go out to the family there too. All right, here's an interesting guy. Have you ever heard of a guy named Jonah Felkin? Anybody ever hear of Jonah Felkin?
No.
Jonah Felkin, ladies and gentlemen, is in the Guinness Book of Records for the biggest penis. Oh. That's right. And he said he slept with a lot of different celebrities. He doesn't remember if they're men or women, but he's in the Guinness Book of Records, 13.5 inches long. He's not allowed to say who of the A celebrities he slept with, but he is in the Guinness Book of Records. He's 64 years old. That is 13.5 inches long.
Okay, but there's other things to consider when you're talking about that. But what I'm saying is, I'd like to know the men that he slept with.
But this is not a guy who takes the medicine to make it. This is just how it is before anything is added to it. Yeah, this is
right.
Just,
but you said men and women. You said men and women, right? So
he slept with both. Yeah, he slept with both.
Well, I can't imagine what the men he slept with went through, to be honest with you. Because let me tell you something, guys. Babies come out of there. Okay? And babies are pretty big. So yeah, I know you want to feel a certain way, but the other with men, that would be impressive to me. That would be impressive to me.
I'm telling you, man, you wouldn't have to grunt to go to the bathroom anymore. I guarantee you. Yeah, it's just, yeah. So that's what I mean about this show, folks. You never know what you're going to hear on this show, folks. And that's why they call it unfiltered and untwisted and all that other good stuff. Here, calling to Paul Avalis right now. Chicago has become a sanctuary city for criminals. In the Windy City, 90% of those who committed violent crimes are out on bail and out in the streets. In shooting cases, an unacceptable 6% of shooters are taken into custody. Homicide victims rarely receive justice, fewer than 25%.
Mm-hmm. They let them out now. It's the Safety Act part of it for sure. And there's a lot of pretrial stuff that people, they let them out in the pretrial, and then some of them flee, during that process, or, whatever. Listen, just. I don't know how to fix this. All I know is if someone commits a violent crime where someone else is physically hurt. I heard something. It said like they have like different tiers of things for violent crimes, and something that has to do with like domestic violence. I remembered reading or somebody telling me it was like 50 stitches and or broken bones. For what? What does that mean? Does that mean for them to have to stay in jail? Does that mean for them to get a felony? Does that mean, because I'll tell you what, I saw a gentleman that I've known for many years. He's like a father figure to me, or a grandpa. He had his knee replaced and he showed me his stitches. Okay. There were like 25 or 30 stitches. It was like this long. Okay.
Yeah.
When I heard 50 stitches, what do you have to do to get 50? Gut somebody? I don't understand. You have to break bones to get a felony or to be
that's 50 stitches. That's a lot of stitches.
That's
You're absolutely
right. 50 is a lot. A lot. So those have to change, I think. I think some of these well, rules.
I think they have to do something in the city. The city of Chicago right now, it's just horrible, Carol. You're right. And I think it's got a lot to do with our mayor, who's only got a 6% approval rating in the city of Chicago.
Yes.
And things have to change. And I think
Mhm.
it also starts with the governor and all that. Illinois has just become a crazy shooting gallery, it seems like. And these people
Yeah.
just walk away and nothing.
Mhm.
Boyd said, I heard he wasn't circumcised because there's no end into that prick. Okay. Okay, Boyd. There you go. Yeah. It's
Good one.
crazy. Ronnie B. Elvis, what's going on, brother? It's Twisted Tuesday. Me and Carol Brandolino, folks. Let's get to another story. This is something we all aggravated with. The world's largest call center is now using artificial intelligence to neutralize customer service workers' Indian accents. Now, let's be honest. You're on the phone. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for this. Press 3 for that. And when you press 1 for English, an Indian guy comes up and, can I help you?
Yes. Right? Well, he's speaking English, but you can't understand him.
Right. Teleperformance, the world's largest call center operator, is using artificial intelligence to neutralize accents of English-speaking Indian customer service in real time. The feature called accent translation is being introduced in all centers in India. So I guess they're going to make you sound not normal. Let's be careful here.
Be careful.
So you can understand them.
Right. Did you ever see this Anthony Rodia comedy? The way he imitates his father. You know who Anthony Rodia is, right? Oh my! I'm going to send you a clip. Okay. He's not, you're going to love it because his dad's very Italian, very ethnic. He speaks very broken English, but most of his things have to do with his dad. So he goes, you'll never see a bigger cluster F than like my dad who barely speaks English was on the phone with like Comcast or something, bitching about something. And he goes, I'm sorry, I cannot understand you. Can you put some of this speaking the English on the fucking phone? He goes, it's the best. He's so funny. He's one of my favorites. Like I love Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah, you got to send me that because you know what, that drives us all crazy. I don't care who you are; it drives us all crazy. And here's Boyd says, and then you hear goats and chickens in the background.
You definitely hear kids. There's kids in the background for sure.
Goats and chickens in that. Can I help you with my life insurance? Or my credit card, or it's like, what? You got goats and chickens? What's going on? Oh my God. Yeah. Boyd, man, you're on fire today, my brother. Yeah. It is Ocean's Pit. It is that time, folks. It's time for the JRC hardware stores. That's right. It's time for the weather. The minute, as we call it here, the beautiful Ace Minute, brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Stores. It's the weather for Tuesday, March 18th. 57 degrees out there right now. Feels like 55, 48% humidity, and the winds are at 8 miles per hour. That's the Ace Minute, brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Stores, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. Carol, I tell you, man, like I said, anything on the show, anything that we're talking about, or just in general these days, when you see something, you can't even shake your head anymore. It's like, oh, okay.
You're used to it.
When was the last time you were shocked? When was the last time you were shocked?
Nothing shocks me anymore, unfortunately. Nothing really shocks me. My son could still shock me. My son could, he's the only one. But other than him, nothing really shocks me anymore. I'm like, okay, we're desensitized. It's so bad. It's so bad that we're so desensitized. It really is.
It's like we have no feelings anymore. Okay, whatever. All right. Here, study finds babies smile an average of 200 times a day. The average woman smiles 62 times a day. And the average man only smiles 8 times a day.
Oh, I thought you were going to say once a month when he gets his monthly, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say it. But,
there you go. Yeah. But I can see babies smiling because they're all learning. Sure. And women, 62 times a day. Men only 8 times a day they smile.
That's
wow. That's sad.
It is sad. Right? Surround yourself with happier people or something. Do something that makes you happy. A little more. I don't know.
The studies say, well, and and this is interesting how we've grown, how this industry is all different, and how life is so different. Men used to smoke marbles if you smoked cigarettes at the time.
Yeah.
Now, when they lose their strawberry cheesecake vape in their Subaru, they're all pissed off.
Yeah,
I don't vape, but when I lose my strawberry cheesecake vape,
it smells good. Like, I have to say, God. It smells good, but
no, they smell good. I've never vaped, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, interesting stuff. When you got a job, and we all have jobs, and you always sometimes think that your boss is your friend. Now, if your boss, if you have a friend who maybe hired you and you guys were friends before, he's still your boss. And sometimes they have to, but this is a great quote. Employment is a contract.
Yes.
Not a favor. Your salary is payment for your work, not a gift. An employer is never your friend.
Correct.
You believe that?
Oh my God. I just talked about this today. I've worked for a lot of friends in my life that had restaurants, right? I bartended, I've managed, I've hired, done it all. And you know what? We were good friends. But when you're at work, like they might tell you, they'll talk to you exactly like they would talk to any employee if something's going on or something's off or whatever. I never got mad at them outside of work. Like how the way they acted at work, yeah, it might piss you off. They were a jerk, but they're your boss and they're an owner. They are in work mode, business owner mode, right? When we went out later on that night, I might say, hey, that was a shitty, but at work, it's okay. You listen to your boss, you follow the rules. That's it. It's business and friendship are separate, but a lot of people, they don't know how to separate it. So that's why a lot of people don't work with family or they don't hire their friends because they don't want to ruin the friendship. And I understand that.
Yeah. Because it does happen. You will get ruined. You will somehow, some way that relationship is going to get hurt in some way. Some will be able to be repaired. Some will not be able to be repaired. So it does make a lot of sense. Yes. Jerry Jams live from Florida. How you doing, Jerry? I'm glad you made it safe.
Lucky.
Jerry's getting ready for bingo and happy hour at 2 o'clock, and then bingo at 4. Beautiful Florida. He's getting ready.
I'm jealous.
On front. He's there. He's having a good time. Guys, so interesting stuff. We got a couple more things here. This is horrifying. This is from the Daily Mail. She was trying to go for my neck, and I couldn't get a grip on my feet because of all the blood. A man who owned his own dog had to force to choke his own dog to death after a 45-minute attack. So the attack, do you imagine your own dog turning on you?
No.
And then you have to kill it. Now, it happens in certain dogs, Rottweilers. You hear that story a lot. This is your puppy, and this is your puppy. And some of them, it's just the way they're bred. But my God, not only did he attack you for 45 minutes, but now you have to choke him to kill him.
I can't even imagine something like that. I don't think I could do it. I mean, I guess if you're trying to save your life, you go into a mode that you have to be in, right, to protect, self-preservation. But I can't even imagine something so horrific. Holy shit.
I can't imagine it either, folks. And like you say, we're talking about crazy things that are going on. This is called the Chicago Reader. I didn't even realize this. Listen to this. This spring coming up, which is not far away. The Illinois House is set to take up the bill that would make all prisons in state paperless. If it passes new rules, it will ban all mail to prisoners until it's digitalized, as well as books and newspapers. How does that's horrible. I know, the prisoners are in jail, whatever they are, they're doing their time, but they should be able to have their libraries, they have books, they have magazines, they get mail from their loved ones. If they go paperless, they won't be able to use any of that stuff. Is that insane that they would even think that? Or is it just they're trying to save money?
I think they're trying to save money. And also I think that, they're going to do emails, right? So they'll have to go into a library or a specific place in the jail to go check. I don't think they have access to electronics in jail. No, right? No phones or nothing.
Right.
So they probably have a place where they got to go and log in. The only thing I can say about that is they'll be able to, it'll always be there. It's easy. It's a not a paper trail, but now it's a digital trail. So they go through your mail anyway. They read your mail in prison. They go through every prisoner.
Oh yeah, they go through anything anyway. Yeah. Correct.
So they're gonna see everything anyway. So it's probably just gonna make it easier. And you know what else? They're getting rid of jobs. It's less employees, to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So it's like I said, it's nuts, folks. Hey, becoming your own bank. How many times have we tried to do that? I mean, everybody tries to do that, become your own bank. It's not that easy, though, right, folks? We've been trying. You save your money. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. Well, there's
stick
a way
it under the mattress. That's our bank.
Stick it on your mattress. Put it in a shoebox.
Yeah, it's our bank.
In Parallax, imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Craig Cogman help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure legacy. It's never too late. Take a charge of your financial future today. Give her a call at 630-890-1213 or book them on Calendly for a free consultation and start building the retirement you deserve. Becoming your own bank within Parallax. Give Wendy and Craig a call. Tell them Tony O sent you. All right, you ready for this? I know we do a lot of crazy things here, Carol, but this one, it takes the cake. Okay. A French man creates pills that would make your farts smell like these certain scents of the pill.
Oh, okay. What scents?
All right. Okay. A Frenchman claims to have invented a pill that can make your farts smell like flowers or even chocolates.
Ooh, okay.
The pill is developed by an inventor called Christian Polacek, who is based in the western French town of Genevers, if I'm pronouncing it right. And he claims that he can transform your smelly gas into a lovely fragrance of your choice. Okay. The pill is advertised and entirely natural with no medicine or drug, just a dietary supplement based on natural ingredients. This will make your guff smell good.
So what scent would you choose?
Well, first of all, I don't want to smell like flowers and chocolates.
Flowers.
I mean, come here, at least put something in there. Why would it? First of all, anybody listening, who would actually order these online? Honey, this is what I'm going to get. I mean, I can see after you eat some, Indian food or Mexican food, and you want to, but I'm talking, or vegetables, if you eat cabbage and stuff like that. But in general, would you order this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think women would order it for men in their lives who do this all the time. And it's so disgusting. It makes you want to vomit. So yeah, I'd rather smell a freaking flower, which I'm not a big fan of flowery smells. But like, I'd rather smell some chocolate chip cookie dough or a sugar cookie. Like, I mean, I don't know. If it works, If it works, it works.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got to tell you something that we talked about yesterday, and I wanted to get your point on it. I even talked to my wife about it. Speaking of my wife, Laura, of course, she's doing fantastic again, better and better every day, man. It's been 6 weeks now, 6 weeks today since she had the operation, and she's walking and doing everything she's doing, and she's just feeling fantastic. But she's still got another 5-6 weeks before she can go back to work, and she doesn't even know when she can drive yet. Okay. She was even supposed to go to a party this weekend, and the doctor told her not to go. To be around too many people. God forbid something bumps into you or something happens. Yeah. But she is doing great. Yeah. So we want to thank her on that. So the question, I said this yesterday on the show, and I wanted to get another person's opinion on this. There's going to be certain flights, certain airlines are going to be starting to charge you on how much you weigh for overweight people on the plane. Separate studies, 102 U.S. adults assess public statement for these pricing models. Okay. Charges and passengers over 160 pounds in body weight. So they can start charging you now. I mean, if you're like 260 or 300 or 350 or anything over that, you might get charged. Is that insane?
Okay. Weight, I think, is different than size. Okay, because you might have a guy look, muscle looks different. So you might have somebody
Big
that weighs
difference.
260 pounds. So here's the thing. I think that's a really shitty thing to do for weight. But
Yeah.
if you are taking up 2 seats, and I know this sucks,
Yeah.
but that's a seat that could be charged another whatever $350 for a passenger, right? I think that's a horrifying thing to have to do because of your weight or your size. I really do. I don't know if that's going to pass. That's going to pass, or if they can do that. But what does the weight have to do with it? Like, do they need more fuel? Like, what are they paying more for? What's the airline?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think they're just trying to make more money. I think the airlines are just trying to make more money. That's why, like Southwest Airlines just got rid of the free bag now, starting May 28th. Now they're going to charge you for that. I think they're just trying to make money. And there's another excuse. But I have to admit, I mean, let's be honest. If there's 2 seats,
right,
and you're sitting against the window,
right,
and something 300 pounds comes sitting next to you, you automatically lose your arm. Your armrest is gone. And you're going to be like this. I mean, right? Forget putting your tray down. Forget if you have to get up and go to the bathroom, or when they pass you your drink. I mean, it goes over his gut or a woman's gut. I mean, come on. So I don't know. Unless they come up with
I don't want to get bad karma because of you right now. Like, I'm looking up and I'm like, is that Greek lightning going to come and hit me because I'm laughing at your shit right now? It's freaking me out. Like, I'm going to move.
What if they come up? Wait. What if they came up with a different, just an airlines? Call it, overweight or whatever. Call it just an airlines for people that are, bigger, and just maybe one big sofa seat, like a big, like a recliner instead of.
I mean, you should have an option to buy a bigger seat. Listen, maybe they make, how what do you call it? All movie theaters now have all those seats, right, that are heated and they're bigger.
Oh yeah,
you could get like a love seat size. So maybe they should make every 5th row a larger seat, and you have to purchase that, and maybe that'll be more expensive. That's fair. I think that's fair, because if you know that, because look, as uncomfortable as it may make you, if a very big, heavy person sits next to you and you're by the window and you're like this, maybe the big, heavier set person feels just as uncomfortable in a tiny little seat, which those seats are tiny.
I agree with you. I don't fit
well in those seats either. Okay, but okay.
Yeah. No, so neither do I. Neither do I, because I'm tall. I agree. I agree. Yeah.
So if they had bigger seats that they sold, it would be easier to just let the person choose to buy a bigger seat so they're comfortable too, and they're not affecting.
But then that puts more. That puts more weight on the plane. Just like Richard Hamlin. Just like that sounds like a lawsuit in the making. Debbie says adjustments in weight on the flight. That's why sometimes the flight attendant has you move on the other side of the aisle. Sometimes to make it even. So I don't know. Go cargo. There you Boyd says you want to.
Boyd, what happened to you today? You're angry. You're angry today.
Go cargo. If you're 300 pounds or more, I mean, you know what? You're going to go with the luggage.
Go underneath with the luggage. Yeah. That won't be a lawsuit at all. You're good.
Or that's definitely a lawsuit. Definitely a lawsuit. Oh, guys, this is crazy. Today, the shit that we're coming up with. Here you go. A Russian man sued Apple. A Russian man sued Apple for turning him gay. A Russian man, Dr. Rubalist, filed a lawsuit against Apple claiming that the company's products turned him gay. This is the most bizarre legal case in history.
What
he
product?
He downloaded a crypto app onto his iPhone, and he started receiving gay coin instead of Bitcoin. The app apparently said, don't judge until you try, inspiring Rabinoff to begin having same sexual relationships. He ended up falling in love with another man.
Okay, so he was always gay and didn't know it.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. He's not going to win
now he's
this
getting
case.
Paid. Now he's going to get, I don't know. Is he though? I mean, if you burn your, what do they say it in Italian? Is it pisciatelle or something? Is that how you say it?
What?
Your thing?
Yeah.
Pisciatelle.
Yeah,
is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so this guy gets his thing burned on with a Starbucks tea or coffee. He's getting $50 million and he wins. You don't think this guy is going to get something for just being gay.
How do you prove that? How do you prove that? Look,
well, when if he was with the guy, if he was with the guy from the Guinness Book of World Records, he could probably prove it.
No, I got that. But I'm trying to say is how can they prove that he wasn't gay prior to that? And then all of a sudden, because he got this gay coin instead of Bitcoin, it turned him gay. At least when you got your, if something burns, you go to the doctor and they'll show you that it was burnt. It's proof. This is what people are, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is what people are trying to get away with in this crazy world. Anything to cut corners. It's just mind-boggling to me with some of the stuff that comes up here. It's nuts.
I need money right now. I'm trying to think, who can I sue for my ass being big? Who?
There you go.
Who am I going to blame for that? Who? I don't know.
Even the new Snow White, guys. The new Snow White premieres protesting little people, slamming the Disney remake all over again because they showed little people. They were the dwarfs. I mean, that's the story. It wasn't like they made up a new story. It's Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Happy, grumpy, snotty, horny, Ginny. I don't know all the names, but right?
Yeah.
Sanchez, Rico. I mean, I don't know their names, but it's crazy now. You can't even make Snow White anymore. It's just nuts, folks. We're driving each other crazy with all this crazy stuff.
Yep.
Twisted Tuesday. Yeah, you can't hear it anywhere else, folks. That's probably why no one else talks about it. Anyway, let's get to Jack Vena Landscaping because it's that time of year, folks, with your maintenance in your home to take care of all your backyard, your gardening, and all stuff that you need. Man, I'm just losing it today. I think it's because my neck is killing me as we speak. So here we go, Jack. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall, cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They own plant design, service, installation, servicing the North Shore for 45 years. Call Jack Vena Landscaping. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266 and tell him Tony O sent you. And while you're getting that done, you might as well get your windows done too because it's that time with Airtight Windows. If you're looking for the windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Service Chicagoland for 35 years. Do it right with Airtight Windows. Call Lou at 708-788-5000 and tell him Tony O sent you. Windows and sidings. Twisted Tuesday. Do you have anything in your books there, Carol? Anything you want to talk about?
You know what? Yeah, one quick thing. There's Gianni had a friend, and they were talking, and he's like, "Could she come over? You're going to be home and everything." I said, "Yeah, sure, she could come over." He goes, "Well, her dad, she lives with her dad. He's going to come over with them." Now, when he met this girl, the dad was there. Okay, I was there too when he first met the girl. So the girl wanted to come over. So I said, that's fine. She could come to my house. I said, the girl can come for a couple hours. She lives with her dad. The guy comes to the house. He walks in my house, the dad, and he stays the whole time this girl's visiting and brought his other daughter to go hang out with my daughter. And I was like this. I'm sitting at my little island in my kitchen, and I was like, are you what's going on here? I go, Gianni, what's going on here? Why is he here? He's like, well, she goes, well, he's going to stay. I go, no. Why? I don't even. So I'm trying to make small talk with this guy. Just normal. He seemed like a nice enough guy, but he stayed there the whole time. He would not, he didn't leave.
He didn't trust you? He didn't trust your kid?
Not about his kid. So then my daughter goes, Ma, what don't you see? She goes, did you see when you gave him a bottle of water? She goes, you took the cap from him and he went like this on your hand. She goes, whoa, what is going on here? She goes, that guy Domingo or Rodrigo or whatever his name is, the next time she came over, he came again. And I told Gianni, he's not staying. He is not staying in my house. I'm not entertaining him. I'm not hosting him. So whatever happened. I'm not going to say they broke up. They weren't even dating. They hung out a few times. So 2 months later, there's like a doorbell ringing in my house. And I'm like Sebastian Maniscalco says, nowadays you're like, this is exactly what we did. We shut the lights off. I went up to my bedroom and looked out the window. I go, who the hell is here? So I see the girl walking up with like a sweatshirt or a hoodie of Gianni's. Here comes the dad walking. I go, did you know they were coming? He's like, no, I haven't talked to her in like 2 months. They come walking in I was getting ready to leave. I had plans. I had to be somewhere in a meeting. And Gina was with me. She's like, what the fuck? What's going on? You can't let them sit in your house. They got to go. And I said to Gianni, get them out of my house right now. And you tell her they are not to come back. And my daughter's laughing. She goes, Domingo's back for you, Mom. Domingo's back for you. That's creepy. That is some creepy.
That is very creepy. And then if you're mean to them, they know where you live now.
Right.
They know your car's out there. They can slash tires. They can break windows. They can do it. That is a
that was the weirdest experience. That was one of the, I just thought it was a weird experience. I don't know if anybody else has dealt with that. For a guy staying there while they were, I'm like, I'm here. Nothing's going to happen. They're in the family room. I'm in the kitchen.
Even the first time, that's weird. Even the first time they come. Yeah. And they keep happening. I mean,
I told them, I got work to do. You got to go. I will watch them. Nothing's going to happen.
Were they cool? After you told them that, were they cool with it?
Yeah. Were they cool? Yeah. Just weird, a little weird. Just not bad. I didn't get a bad vibe. I got a weird vibe, but weird.
Yeah. Those are the guys. Those are the people you have to watch. Those are the people that snap on you. You got to watch out because you don't know anymore. You don't know.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely, folks. All right, folks. It is crazy. We are running out of time. See that? What a way to end the story. I like that.
Yeah.
We got some, like I said, the only date we got this week, folks, is Thursday at Positanos at 7:00. New show, because if some of you guys who've been to Positanos have not seen me with Daryl, who's been my piano player for a lot of years, and of course Regina has been part of the Main Event band for many years. So Regina, that 7:00 this Thursday. We come back on the 2nd of April, and we'll do the Jacob Henry Mansion in Joliet again, and on the 2nd and on the 4th will be at Zaza's on April 3rd. I'm sorry. And on for April 5th will be at Donnie G's in Elmwood Park. And then Are We Live, returning to Are We Live in Burridge, April 10th. So a lot of good stuff. Tomorrow, like I said, Jeff Sanderson will be a guest. He's running for a political thing in Schaumburg, and we'll be giving away, raffling those three $100 Engelbert Humperdinck tickets. So you guys get a chance to win that. Put it in a drawing, courtesy of our good friend Carl Doty. And then Thursday we'll be back with Carol Brandolino. That'll be the last show. Now there'll be no show Friday because I will be flying out. And I'll be just checking in once every other day on the ship, just letting you know what's going on. But that should be interesting there too. All right, so let's get to birthdays real fast for March 18th. Kevin Matthews, remember Kevin Matthews from The Loop, celebrating a birthday. Bruce Willis is 70 years old. We just mentioned Pina's birthday. Pina, Carl Giancana, my good friend Carl. Gene Simmons of Kiss turned 75 years old. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, 82 years old. Blondie, Debbie Harris, 79 years old. The town of Bloomingdale is 180 years old. Happy 180 years old to the town of Bloomingdale, Illinois. Rick Dees, Disco Duck, DJ celebrating a birthday. Jerry Lewis, Lighty, even though he's dead, would have been 99 years old. My good friend Jim Cunningham from the Rob Post Band and Off Broadway. Mike Love of the Beach Boys, 84. Judd Hirsch from Taxi is 90. Nancy Wilson from Heart and Eric Estrada from Chips.
Oh, yes, I love him.
Yeah, he was cool. I always liked him in that show. Gotta like him. All right, guys. It is, like I said, it's time to come to the end of the hour, and we got to just mention again our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Cousin Tommy, I hope to see you Thursday, brother, before we take off. All right, Ace, it is right here, folks. Tune up the lawnmower. Spring tune-up starts at under $5 plus parts to your neighborhood powerhouse. Take advantage of the Auto Key program at all their stores. They program card cut keys up to 50% less than dealership. Fit the helpful hub to speak to a certified team member. And download the Ace Rewards app. Either way, keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Twisted Tuesday with Brandolino. Carol, I hope you have a great day. And I hope everybody has a good day out there. Be kind to one another. Support local establishments, support live entertainment. Right now in life, people don't know what they're going through. You can see people smiling, you can see people dancing, people having a good time, but sometimes inside they're going through a lot of shit. So try to be nice to everybody out there, man. It's a tough world out there. Amen is right, everybody. Ringo says peace and love. We say peace and love. See you tomorrow. Same time, same station. Bye-bye, everybody. Nick Sahajas, take us out.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from town.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Peace and love.